We're going to do a true crime tarot reading today. 5 people were shot and killed in Texas, Cleveland, Texas. The shooter is still on the loose. Let's get into that. Hi everyone, it's me, Dee Sparta. Welcome to my channel. Forget the blonde hair. I still have to go back and color it. But I want to get these recordings done because this is urgent and very important to me. If you are new to my channel, hi, hello. I'm going to have chapter links down below so you can get into this case a little bit with me. And then we're going to get into the psychic tarot reading afterwards. Now, this is a very serious situation that happened in Texas. And I have seen some really vile and disgusting things said about the victims due to their status as immigrants. I don't tolerate that kind of bullshit. So if you come here spouting any kind of racist bullshit, I'm just gonna, I will report it and block you and remove the comments. I don't know. Here, everybody is equal. All right, and we're all inclusive here. If you haven't figured that out, figure it out now. Okay, I mean, yeah. I am serious. I'm not going to put up with any bullshit. 4 adults died and a child died in one of many mass shootings that we have had here in the U.S. Within 4 months, there have been 248 victims to mass shootings. 4 months only this year. This has got to stop. Something's got to change. I mean, there's been shootings. I'm in Boise, Idaho, and but we've had several. And there was a standoff with a guy and a shotgun down the road. Saturday morning, my family wanted to celebrate my birthday. My wife's like, I'm just going to go down State Street and get donuts over at DK Donuts. DK Donuts. Mwah! They are the best. Although there's this other donut shop, My Donuts, which they're okay. You know, I'll go. They're my backup. But DK Donuts, oh, fuck yeah. My wife is driving there with my daughter, who is 11 years old. No, she's 12. She's going to be 12. I get so confused. She's 11, but yeah, she's going on like 13, 14. She's yeah. Anyway, she was in the car and they were driving, and all of a sudden the street was closed off. So they tried to go around to get to DK Donuts, but they couldn't get there. Apparently in that neighborhood, a man was holding up someone with a gun, and he ended up, I believe, killing himself. But they had the whole day. You couldn't get to DK Donuts or Baskin Robbins at all. And this is a busy area near downtown Boise, and it went on for hours. So this kind of stuff is happening, and it shouldn't be. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the Texas shooting and then do the tarot reading, as I said. So if you want to, you can skip ahead or not. And yeah, just remember, please subscribe to this channel. You want to know how to support me? The best way is by sharing these videos, watching them, commenting, liking, disliking. Your engagement really does help me. YouTube will push my videos out more and more. My K-pop videos seem to do pretty well, okay, folks? And there's nothing wrong with that. I love K-pop, okay? But I also enjoy doing videos of other topics. and helping others. Like I was live earlier this morning just doing some free readings to celebrate my birthday, and it was fun. I really appreciate y'all, and I love doing that. That's the kind of stuff I just enjoy doing. So yeah, so that's what you can do to help me. And yeah, so let's get into what happened. Hi everybody, I'm playing a mess here. I've already recorded this once, but then I end up just bawling. So we're gonna, I'm gonna try this again. All right. Over the weekend in Texas, Cleveland, Texas, 5 people were shot and killed, execution style. And this is what we know. There is Diana Velasquez Alvarado, who's 21. Jose Jonathan Caceres, 18. Obdulia Molina Riviera, who's 31. Sonia Argentina Guzman, 25. Daniel Enrique Laszlo Guzman, he was only 9. There were 3 other children in the house who did survive. And the father of Daniel, the 9-year-old, also survived. Who was the shooter? Well, he was someone very familiar to ICE. He had already been deported. He's from Mexico, and he'd been deported about at least they're saying at least 4 times. There could be more. The first time he was deported was in 2009, and I think the last time was about July of 2016. Yeah. His name is Francisco Oropesa Perez Torres. Yes, I'm sorry if I have a hard time reading, so I'm trying to see the letters because I am legally blind. So I'm sorry if I'm butchering some names. I'm really trying to read these carefully. Now, Francisco, he was out in his front yard shooting his gun, which is a no-no, while drinking. Drinking, alcohol, and guns are not a good combination. No. You're not supposed to drink and drive. You're not supposed to drink and operate any kind of machinery, which means you don't use guns. Okay? We get this? I don't care if you're out there hunting and you're just like chilling and you're like, I'm going to shoot a duck, a deer, an elk. That's what we do. A lot of people up here hunt elk, and they feed the family for the entire winter, using elk meat. This is normal, but you shouldn't be out there drinking while you're hunting either, because accidents fucking happen. This wasn't an accident. This guy may have been drunk, but he had an attitude. You see, he's still out on the loose, and he is considered armed and dangerous. The FBI are out there looking for him. There are more than 250 law enforcement officers, and there's even an $80,000 reward money devoted to his capture. Now, this massacre is among more than 180 mass U.S. shootings that have only happened in the first 4 months of this year, 2023. 248 victims to these mass shootings. When this was happening here in Texas, Boise, we had a standoff over here down the road, and I'll get into that some other time. It was crazy. people, this is like, why is this still happening? We ask why. Well, we know why, because no one's going to do anything about it. And that's something we need to change. So what happened? It was over this weekend. Well, over the weekend, it was Friday. About 10 to 20 minutes before the shooting, Wilson Garcia and two other men had went over to Oropace, Francisco's yard. And they were like, kind of went up to the fence. They're like, "Yo, hey, could you please," they were telling him, could you stop shooting over here? We have a baby sleeping inside. Now, this is a Honduran family, and they had some other people come and visit. Also, I think they were family or friends, and they were all visiting in this house. So and there was the baby. It was trying to sleep. They're like, "Yo, could you please shoot on the other side of your yard?" They probably knew better than trying to ask him to stop shooting, especially while drinking. They were being careful. It was like, "Could you just go to the other side of the yard? We have a baby." And, well, his answer is pretty much no. It's my front yard and I'll do whatever I want. So they went back to the house. And they were like, "Okay, we'll just call the police then." And so they walked back inside, and the wife, his wife, Sonia, was already on the phone calling them. Now, Francisco started getting angrier and angrier. I don't know exactly the full details of how, but he was becoming more threatening to them, that they ended up making this call 5 times before police were able to get to where their home was located, which is outside of town. And this is a small area, they don't have a huge force, police force, and trying to get out there, it took them some time, apparently. So he's escalating, and they saw him leave the property, and he had cocked his gun. They saw that. They knew what was going on. And so Garcia is like telling his wife, "You need to get inside. He is coming. He might come to threaten us. I don't know, but you need to go inside." And she's like, "Wait a minute." The wife is like, "You go inside. I don't think he will fire at me because I'm a woman. So I'll stay here at the door." Unfortunately, he didn't give a fuck, not a damn, about who was at the door. He came to their home, and he shot his wife, Sonia, right there in the doorway. And then he ended up killing 3 other adults and their son. Now, when she went down, another woman there, she also died, but she helped Garcia. It was like, "You need to throw yourself out the window because your children are already without a mother. So one of you got to stay alive to take care of them." So she helped him jump out the window. Unfortunately, she was also shot and killed in the process. But he got out. Now, 2 people who were killed, they were shot protecting his 2-year-old daughter and his 1-month-old son. They had used a bunch of clothing to try and fool the murderer, so he wouldn't shoot the kids, these little ones, and their bodies the kids were covered in blood. But it wasn't any of theirs. The women had used their bodies as shields to save these children's lives. When the police arrived, they said the victims, it was almost like an execution style because everything was at close range and it was above the neck. Now, were located about 15 minutes away from the home. So about 10 to 20 minutes is what they were trying to say is when they confronted him and then things escalated and then they had called the police. So it took time for them to even get out there. Now the gunman, he's out. He's not found. The border patrol's looking for him. He does have a very large tattoo of a female Aztec on his left forearm. So people are like, hey, if you see that, his wife, she's been interviewed and she is staying in contact with the investigators. They're saying like in the past, the suspect's wife and Garcia's wife, they would always hang out and chat. The families did not have problems. In fact, the suspect, this man, had even helped them chop down a tree. He'd hang out at the house with them now and then. But something set him off that night. The night of this massacre. And he ended up fleeing, but still trying to shoot and kill. They had tried tracking Francisco's cell phone, the police, but they ended up finding it abandoned, along with some clothes. Tracking dogs were able to pick up a scent, but then it vanished. So yeah, there is an $80,000 reward for his capture. There had been 15 people in the house at the time of the shooting. Everyone thought originally that it was 10, but no, there were 15. And the sheriff, he said this, I don't care if he was here legally. I don't care if he was here illegally. He's in my country. 5 people died in my county. And that's what his heart is. It doesn't matter if this shooter was an immigrant here legally or not. That's not what their focus is. It's if people are here in his county, he's like, I want to protect them. And that's good to see. Some other people, I think the governor might have gotten in some trouble with some talk about immigrants. And yeah, that doesn't look too good. I guess it's racism. And I know it's a touchy subject with people being here illegally and people being here legally. And I'm just going to put this out here. A bunch of colonists came over. They didn't ask permission to come over here. No, they made the Native Americans move. They slaughtered them. And they took over. And then now they're like, well, we're going to dictate who can be here or who not. I'm just going to put that out there for food for thought there, folks, okay? And why would people want to work so hard and take the risk of being here illegally? What is so horrible out there? And when you realize that it must be really bad. I don't blame families trying to escape and get help. I get it. I do. So, I don't want to see, like I said before, I don't want to see any of that talk here about whether they're here legally or not. I think it's a very sensitive subject. And the path to get here legally has been made very difficult on people. And yeah, we just don't need to go into what Trump and his assholes all did. Do we? We all know it was bad. We need a change. There needs to be changes. So much corruption. So let's do a reading about this. Let's see if he's going to get caught. I'm kind of getting a sense right now of Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a visual. So yeah, let's get into the actual, the reading here. Okay. All right, let's get into this reading. Please remember that it is all alleged, and I do this for entertainment purposes. And I do hope maybe there's some help. Um, just getting a lot of different energies here, folks. There is such a protectiveness. And what I'm sensing right now, even now, those who passed on, they're like wanting, be protective of the family right now. It's angels, I see that imagery of them just trying to comfort the father, Garcia. I mean, he's been, well, it's just the trauma. Seeing your wife, your wife get killed, and then your son, your other two children survived, but others died in the process of protecting them and protecting his children, and another woman died while trying to help him escape. I mean, that's some intense energy there, folks. And then Francisco, I don't know what's up with him. Okay, so first card here. This is the yes, the Hermit. And you can see there's a woman in the background of this card kind of peeking at him. Can you see her? Okay. This is interesting. This is the first card that pops out. The Hermit is it's a Virgo, it's earth energy, but this is someone who's lost their way. And the other card that flew out is the Ten of Swords. I am not, the Ten of Swords here. This is hitting rock bottom. And it's death. A lot of pain. Francisco, I'm just, it's like a cave. Darkness, curled up, hiding. Oh yeah, I was gonna say he's regretting everything, and I pull out the Four of Cups, and she is looking away. This is very regretful energy I'm getting from him. Hey, this time I've done fucked up. I have done fucked up. Because he can't go back to his wife and his kids, his own family. He just murdered his neighbors and he was drinking. He had this attitude of, I do what I want, you can kick me out, but it doesn't matter because I can always come back, and I just get this, I can get away with whatever I want kind of attitude. Don't think he ever thought really much of consequences before. So the Three of Pentacles here. If you look at this card, this is my deck I like to use a lot of times for my true crime, but this is a haunted house deck. There's a woman laying down here, and she's kind of like trying to cowering, and then there's two others above her, and then there's the Three of Pentacles, and this is over the Hermit reversed, and in this deck, it doesn't have the same. Usually, this means that this was teamwork or someone working together, but he's feeling disconnected. Something had happened that he'd been harboring. He felt, I think he was one, like, you were supposed, why wouldn't you help me out? I asked for help and you didn't. You didn't have enough time. It's like the simmering of this anger. And then I have the Five of Cups here reversed. This is odd. He is wanting to end his regret. Uh-oh. Sure means happiness. This is... Oh, okay. There's people out here trying... He's going to get found, okay? But when he's found, it's going to not be good. He's very... So, the teamwork here is... There's people looking. It's going to come to an end. The search is going to come to an end soon. Then we have the Seven of Cups. And once again, this is dealing with grief, some self-pity, feeling abandoned, feeling lost. He's like, I want to say this. He knows he fucked up. But I don't think he even realizes how badly he did. It's more of a selfish feeling of not that he harmed others, but that he is isolated himself from his wife and family, his own life. Now I'm hunted. Now I'm really being hunted. It wasn't like getting deported and then sneaking back over. Yeah. The Knight of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is action. This is impulsive. This is assertive. There is somebody. He's gonna the guy himself. He's gonna die. It's not. I get this feeling he might already be gone. I see a manic. It was like a manicness in his head. Yeah, well, and we have the sun reversed. The sun upright is all about celebrating stuff here, and this is just loneliness and confusion and depression. Even finding him is not going to bring the closure. It's not going to bring healing. And I worry he might have killed somebody else while he was on the run. I think he tried to pay someone money to help him. And then killed them. I'm kind of getting... That reward is definitely coming into play also. In finding him. Bunch of cards, just a ton of cards just fell out. I can't keep them all. Let's see here. He was in a blind rage, okay? The Three of Cups here is reversed, and you see the woman under the water in this picture. And, like, there's just so much sadness. I think he had a fight, an argument with someone, a loss of something, missed opportunity for money I think he had, and it was weighing on him, and that's why he was drinking and shooting, and that's why he snapped and took it out on these other people who were this other family. He wasn't happy about it. This is the Queen of Pentacles, and it's Capricorn energy reversed. This person, he was very self-centered, very smothering, very jealous, very greedy, very entitled, and irresponsible, and I think that was causing a lot of problems in his own personal life, and he just snapped. Okay, I have to stop because I'm getting the energy of what happened in the house, the victims, and it is like choking up on me, and the fear. There was a lot of hurt. Everything was protect the children, and they need a parent. That was so the focus. This family, these people the children need to live. They need a chance to live more. And those children, so young, the 1-month-old, maybe probably the 2.5-year-old. I hope they don't remember this, but I do know, even memories, things that happened to me in my, when I was an infant, it affected me. I didn't know how or why I had certain fears, but it was because of what happened. So it does stay with you. Oh gosh, folks. This is a heavy one. It's not going to end well. It didn't start well. But thank you for taking the time and being here with me in this video. I just send so much peace and comfort and love and prayers just to the families. All those who knew the victims and loved them and cherished them. To the other family who now, they've lost a husband and father because he went on a rampage and a massacre. And these were all very young people who were killed. The oldest, I think, was 31. And today, I just turned 51. To me, that's young. 19-year-old, a 21-year-old, 9-year-old. It's like, oh. Well, folks, thank you. Thank you for being here. Please remember, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. I love you all. Bye.